Where's your rosé section? Where's your rosé? 10 years ago, that would have been an easy question to answer. There was only 3 or 4 rosés, most of them from France, and they were dry rosés, and then you had white Zinfandel. But today, it's not so easy. Hi, I'm Larry Baker. I am a level 2 certified sommelier and a senior wine and spirit specialist at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits in our brand new location in North Miami Beach, Florida. I am so happy that finally one of my crowd, my colleagues, a master sommelier, I'm not a master sommelier, but there's very few of them, especially female. This was a woman who wrote an article or was interviewed by Bon Appetit. This is not like some radical magazine. This is Bon Appetit, like Family Circle or Food and Wine or Wine Spectator. This was an interview that was pretty out there and pretty, pretty just told the truth, and something that we all want to say and warn the public of, sort of a buyer beware situation, but we're a little afraid of any fallout. So the article, I think, is very important to dictate because I'm seeing that too. It's called mass production. Mass production of any product. Not to say that all mass-produced product cannot be made well, but when somebody's riding a specific wave and they never had any interesting in any product, not just wine, and they ride that wave to cash in while it's popular, like diets, like, when Atkins was around. Now there's keto, This could be sometimes, you don't get the quality when everybody's out selling the same thing and all trying to get it bottled water, kale chips, or whatever it is. And in wine, especially when it comes to the category of rosé, but I think we'll talk about that in a second, other categories as well. That's what this article mainly focused on. Rosé is supposed to be a dry rosé for the most part, okay? And it's made from any red skin grape, and the skin is just left less time in contact with the juice while fermenting, and you have a rosé. There's other methods, but that's not what I'm talking about. But the main part about this article that was talking about is that because I have 2 gigantic sections that say the beauty of rosé. I've got rosés from everywhere. I've got rosés from one side, from domestic rosés and Italian rosé and Spanish rosé, and I've got Argentinian rosés, and then I've got a whole bunch from France, from Provence, from other areas, from the Languedoc, and this area is rosé everywhere. Rosés coming in a can, box wines, rosé with a straw, rosé in every form, way, shape it is. And we've talked about this rosé popular, and it's becoming a wave since the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills explained that rosé is supposed to be dry and came up with a hashtag rosé all day. And now everybody, the mass producers of wine, the labels, the brands that say, we're not known for this. We're known for our Cabernet Sauvignon or our Merlots or our Riesling, whatever it is. Everybody's got to make rosé. Every brand, and every week a release of 10 more new rosés. And what's happening, even in the French Provence area, everybody wants to make a rosé who didn't make a rosé. And did you know that this article pointed out, and it's true, that we're talking about manipulation. I mean, manipulation of wines to achieve a color or flavor. Now, technically, any wine we call manipulation is even aging in an oak barrel. Oak barrel gives certain flavors. That's manipulating a wine, but it's changing the flavors or the profile of the wine. But wine does not have to list their ingredients in the wine, and most people just think it's grapes, sugar, yeast, and of course sulfites, or maybe some less sulfites than others, but there is sulfur dioxide in the wine, and you don't have to list it. I mean, I legitimately got a call from a guest on the phone saying, can you answer what happened to me from a technical standpoint? I mean, I'm not an oenologist, a viticulturist, but I do understand wine as a sommelier and how it's made, and about different processes that make the final product. And she said I put a little bit of a chip of ice cube in a white wine that was from a mass-produced name and a very highly popular brand that you see everywhere, and my wine turned blue. Why did it turn like a Windex blue, she said on the phone. And I said, did you know there's a Chardonnay out there actually called blue, that it's purposely being manipulated with some drops of a compound that will turn a white wine blue. I mean, they can turn it any color. There's so much stuff in there, and they don't have to list the ingredients. And you could also achieve that salmon pink that we're all looking for in a rosé by manipulating the wine, not just by putting skin contact. You could get certain flavors by putting all kinds of artificial yeast and different compounds in wine. Like I said, she said in the poorly qualified mass production wines, when somebody riding a wave, like the rosé wave right now, there could be up to 75 to 80 ingredients that don't have to be listed on that bottle. So you're not really getting a quality wine in any category. And I would like to say that applies to certain other categories, Cabernet or Champagne. There's so many people jumping on the Champagne wagon, and most of the products out there, some of them are pretty stable, but some of the mass production quality, everybody's just making something with bubbles in it, or Prosecco, that's another wave, and you know, they're manipulating their products. I mean, especially in America, where the laws aren't as strict as they are in Europe for what you can and cannot put in the wine. I see that mostly in America, but I do see a lot of mass production just rush out, put things, manipulate with sugar and do other things that they can do and just get the product out there and sell it to you. And I'm not talking about only inexpensive wines, even on the very high-end wine. You could be drinking a lot more than just fermented grape juice in that glass. And I've seen more and more, and this article pointed out, this Master Sommelier pointed out, in the rosé category that everybody wants to jump in, almost every brand you can name. If they haven't come out with one yet, they're working on it now. And to rush it out in the market and catch the wave as quick as they can, there's a lot of inferior rosés that are not made. That's why I'm very proud of our sourced and certified wine program at ABC Fine Wines and Spirits, because our buyers, our team of buyers go out there and travel the world, and they have relationships with quality third-generation winemakers using their own fruit. They know the quality, they certify that it's a good product, and that has that label on it, sourced and certified. But you're taking a risk when you just go out there and pick your favorite brand of every wine, especially the rosé category right now, and you may say, I like the taste of it, but who knows? You could be lit up like a light bulb tomorrow, or it could turn green or blue, or like this poor woman with a white wine. There's a lot of poor quality rosés out there right now, really, that are, the flavor and the color is coming from manipulation of over 75 to 80 ingredients added to that wine. So please, please out there, if it's in a retail store, not even if it's ABC, trust somebody that can, you know, buy something that you know is being advised to you to buy, not by your friend, the manicurist, whatever. Buy something that the wine person tells you. In a restaurant, you know, don't only look for your brand names. Take a recommendation from a sommelier who's not going to recommend a manipulated wine. And at ABC, look for the sourced and certified label in all categories of wine, and talk to your wine and spirit specialist like me, because we're going to lead you to something that we know. We're going to recommend something in your price range and your flavor that isn't manipulated with 80 ingredients in the wine. It's quality stuff. So you can look up information in the rosé categories and look for our sourced and certified rosés on www.abcfws.com. But that's sourced and certified in any category of wine. Watch out, because there's lots of waves to come after the rosé wave ride. Or contact me, even if you're not shopping at ABC. Contact me by joining this, or just putting your email address into this website, and you can call me no matter where you are, you know, even if it's not at an ABC Fine Wines and Spirit, and I will tell you, you know, what quality wine, and not maybe the mass-produced manipulated wine that's got a bunch of different ingredients. You follow? I'm looking out for your benefit because I'm passionate about that. And read that article at Bon Appetit. It's really enlightening. I found it very enlightening and shared it amongst the community. And remember, just like this lady's saying, it's not about the money, but wine is not for snobs. It's for everyday people like you and me, but maybe it's not for the masses as in mass production.